Somebody wants you to answer to them. A lot of you Aquarius have the Six of Wands, the Chariot, right? The Seven of Wands, okay? You have someone that thinks of you, Aquarius, as needing to answer to them for why it is that you do what you do, right? And a lot of you Aquarius are like, no, you know, definitely somebody that, the Chariot, right? Definitely somebody that scrutinizes you, gives you a difficult time, and then at the same time, wants to be forgiven, right? They're trying to make it seem like you Aquarius are the ones that essentially needed, you know, you need to be super questioned and all this other type of stuff and all of this and all of that. And a lot of you Aquarius are like, you ain't got to answer to them. You ain't got to answer to anybody. You know what I mean? You're an adult. You know, as long as you're on the right side, as long as you're not going out of your way to be disrespectful. The Six of Wands represents conquering this idea of you know, this inferiority complex, you know, this idea that people trying to get you to explain to them type of stuff. And it's like, listen, forget about you, you know. That's the thing that a lot of you Aquarius are starting to have. This whole ideology, that's my dog over there, but this whole ideology of people needing you to explain to them what's going on and all this other stuff. Like, listen, these are some real trash people to begin with, right? Because they're playing games with you, okay? And they don't seem to understand the stupid stuff that they're doing in the first place, right? Why it's valuable, or I should say why it's not valuable and why it's dysfunctional, because they're broken. So the Magician and the Three of Wands now represents how you Aquarius realize this. So you Aquarius are like, listen, there's no point in trying to communicate with somebody who thinks like that, trying to get you to explain, drills you for answers, asking you what's going on, right? You Aquarius could have been in, you know, in a situation where you Aquarius very much so, you know, you were thinking about them and they started spazzing out on you, right? Out of nowhere, all of that stupid stuff, all of that need to create unnecessary problems where it's not, dorks, all of that dork stuff, right? Like, think, you know what I'm saying? Like, think about how much of a loser you got to be like, you know what? I'm going to start a fight with this person on Monday. You actually planning that? Seriously? That's something that you really planning? So the Magician and the Three of Wands is about how a lot of you Aquarius see that a person is faulty. You see that they're dysfunctional. So there's no point in you Aquarius trying to I ain't gonna say rebound, but like trying to rekindle this relationship. You know, it's this guilt trip stuff. It's this idea of, oh, you gotta be talked to a certain kind of way. You need to explain to me what's going on. Yeah, forget about all that. The Eight of Pentacles represents how this is a situation for you where, so you Aquarius are okay. You know, that's one thing that some of these very insecure people don't really seem to understand. They think that giving you the cold shoulder is a bad thing. No, giving you the cold shoulder is making you more powerful, because you don't want to hang out with somebody who's goofy like that. Eddie, you got to understand, like, the stuff that it is that I really want to say, I can't say it here on YouTube. But a person who's stupid enough, who's crisscross and who's delusional and downright idiotic enough, who's a moron to do some stuff like that, there's something wrong with them in the first place. So the Eight of Pentacles is about you Aquarius seeing that and you realizing best for you to get back to handling your business. The Nine of Wands and the Four of Swords represents how this is a situation for you where the Nine of Wands and the Four of Swords is about you, Aquarius, needed to go through this ordeal. You needed to actually see how dysfunctional people can get, so that you Aquarius can have a better understanding to stop trying to salvage people, right? A lot of, like I said the last Aquarius video, you know, you have hidden enemies, but a lot of your enemies, sometimes some of your enemies are hidden and they can hide their jealousy and envy for you quite well, but some people can't do that, okay? And a lot of you Aquarius have that, where you will see red flags with the person. You will see problems brewing, right? But the person is dysfunctional and y'all be trying to pull the wrong people up. And what I mean by that is, you Aquarius needed to see this. The Nine of Wands, the Four of Swords. How dysfunctional a person is. How a person that you can be kicking it with, trying to get to know them long term, you needed to see how low, or have an idea how low a person can go. Because the truth is, there is no bottom. There is no, this is the lowest that they can go. They have no soul. So there is no bottom. There is none of that. There is no bottom. There literally is no bottom. So the thing about it is, you needed to go through that so you can have a better understanding of that. Because a lot of times you Aquarius will have whole enemies. People who are not meant to be trusted, wishy-washy, the dregs of society. People that it's obvious that you should not be trying to be in relationships with. Friends or acquaintances that you should not try to raise up. You try to raise them up because you have compassion, and you know you don't want to see people laying down spiritually in the mud, and they're so filthy and disgusting and dysfunctional. But you got to understand that dysfunctional, stupid people are going to do what dysfunctional people are going to do. But then a lot of the times you go back to them, and the moon represents, you got to be able to break that cycle. Understand that when a person is obviously showing you that they're dysfunctional, stop trying to raise up the dregs of society. Like, you gotta understand that not everybody is a rebel like you. There are different types of rebels. There's people who are rebels because rebels without a cause, where it's a dysfunctional person, and you know they're a rebel because they spent so much of their life thinking that they knew better, and they messed it up for themselves because they're so dysfunctional, right? They put themselves in a situation where they crammed themselves into this box now, because now they're trapped because of all the decisions, the stupid decisions that they made, put them there. And then there's other forms of rebels, like a lot of you Aquarius who are higher level, where you understand why you're doing what you're doing. You're doing something you're doing something because you enjoy freedom. You want freedom. You want the ability to move around and live how you want, right? You want the ability to learn from your own mistakes, right, by yourselves. But you have to take that into consideration, that there are more than one types of rebellion. There are people who are out here being on some rebellious stuff just because they choose to be dysfunctional, the lost cause. And then you have the Page of Cups, which represents allow those people to worship fishes. Allow those people to be confused and lost and all over the place. You gotta, you know what I'm saying? And I have Aquarius in my chart. I gotta learn to stop doing that too, right? Well, I'm learning. I've learned to a certain extent, but even more so. So let's clarify. Let's clarify the moon. You have the Four of Cups, the Strength, Four of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands. To clarify the moon, you have the Four of Cups and the Strength card, right? You have to learn to become okay with the idea that you try to help people, but if they choose not to actually accept the help, then it is what it is. Right? They deserve to be exactly where they are. Relationships, you can't raise somebody up to be functional if they choose not to be. The Strength, they will think, because what will happen is they'll think that they're better off without you, even though the better thing to do is to listen to what it is that you have to say. But this is their life path. This is the choice that they make. You have to respect that, right? The Four of Pentacles and the Ace of Wands represents you, Aquarius, also having to understand that when they act like that, right, where they don't need you, stand on that. And the Ace of Wands, and being, you know, the Ace of Wands, being okay with that, you know, being okay with the outcome of what happens. But that's pretty much it. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video, smash the subscribe button, smash the like button, hit the notification bell, set the notification bell to all so you can be notified whenever I drop my videos.